bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
And welcome back to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Steve Swat. My guest this segment is Juana Dement, who is a candidate for City Council in the city of Tracy. Thanks very much for being with us.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here today.
First of all, tell our viewers a little bit of something about yourself and why you're running and your background.
Absolutely. I've been a Tracy resident for almost 20 years now. I'm very, very involved with the community and children's education and programming and the performing arts. I'm also on the board of directors for the Tracy Chamber of Commerce, so I consider myself one of those big proponents and champions out there, especially for small business. And you know, taking a lot of that effort, taking a lot of the leadership skills, experience, and training to a different level of citizen leadership, basically. So my hope is that I'll be able to bring all those years and all those years of experiences to the table to make the decisions and move our community forward the way it should be right now.
Well, let's talk first of all about business, job creation, and businesses and small businesses. The City Council, recently took some steps to bring more jobs into Tracy. They offered incentives to businesses, I know. Do you think taking some money out of the general fund and loaning businesses some money might be a good idea? I mean, obviously you have to be creative to try to get some of these jobs.
Yeah, and I think you're referring to the $2.75 million for the Macy's area, which I think is money well spent. I think it's one of those things where a community needs to continue to spend to be able to expand the job area. I've lived in an area in the East Bay where we've seen malls go down. And once the mall goes down, you could never, ever get it back to where its prominence was at one time. So I think that the city's overall look at it was we need to invest this money, create jobs, and really preserve the quality of life for people in Tracy.
So you think it was worth it to spend that money to bring Macy's into the West Valley Mall?
I absolutely do, and I think not only are we seeing Macy's opening, next month, actually in a few weeks, but we're also seeing some other interest at different levels from other companies now that Macy's is there as an anchor in that area. So we're seeing, what we hoped was the domino effect in terms of instead of falling, now we see it uprighting where we have other companies that are very interested in that.
Is there more that the council should be doing?
Well, I think that they're moving in the right direction in terms of making sure that they go through with the Gateway Project and the Educational Consortium and some of the planning that's going on in the west area of Tracy. And I think and I feel, and it's my hope and belief, that we will continue to, plant those seeds of infrastructure so that we can, maintain and develop growth in Tracy for jobs.
I'm sure the voters would like to get a sense of your budget approach. As you know, budgets have been tight everywhere, and they have necessitated furloughs, job cuts, and it's been very difficult. Where do you stand on, should it be 100% cuts, or is a possible revenue enhancement or tax increase on the table? Do you think?
Well, right now the budget's about $4.8 million in deficit, and the city has done a very good job at making sure that they've taken a scalpel and really looked at what they could cut. Tracy residents have overwhelmingly voiced their support for making sure that public services are not cut, and making sure that that we have the type of city that we need to maintain. And one of the things Tracy's doing right now is that half-cent sales tax.
Measure E.
Measure E. And over again, although no one is for taxes, nobody wants to be taxed, but I think this is the most equitable way of taxing somebody, because it doesn't matter where you're from. If you're buying something in Tracy that's taxable, you're subject to the tax. And that kind of brings us up with Manteca and Stockton. So I think that that's really what we need to do. They have a 5-year clause on it, a citizens oversight committee. So the city is being very, very careful to make sure that the money that's being brought in is used for the areas that the citizens have identified the needs in. Police, fire, emergency services, making sure that we have those youth programs that are very vital right now, especially in today's economy. And then also the Lolly Hansen Center, which is our senior citizen center. We provide, a lot of programs for youth in that area.
All right. Well, our time is up. Unfortunately, we could talk about all sorts of other issues.
We sure can.
But we do appreciate you coming by and talking to us about Tracy City Council.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Take care.
Thank you, Juana, and best of luck in November.
Thank you so much.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We'll see you next time.